Chapter
NK
1061, A Gulp of Vexation.
For the first place, no one had objections. If he did not get first, they would instead doubt the organizer's sanity.
Wait until the contest ends and you will know.
So Fong sighed in disappointment. He was determined to win first. The eternal soil and its usage right were extremely important to him. That is true, worrying now is pointless.
Lu Y Thursday nodded.
More than an hour later, under everyone's long-awaited gaze, the young girl served the cooked rabbit on the wooden table.
Such a feast in the morning. Nan Nu Nok swallowed. Not early, it should be around 9 in the morning. So Fong laughed. No talking, I will take a rabbit leg first. Lu Waimong eagerly reached with chopsticks, putting it in her mouth. Be careful, it is hot. Van Han reminded. No NGO.
Lu Waimong opened her mouth, fanning with her hand. After swallowing, she exclaimed, "Oh heavens, the rabbit tastes amazing." Nan Tan Nok tasted, eyes shining, tilting her head asked, "How did you cook it?" "The same as usual, but this time with cinnamon and Sichuan pepper."
Van Han replied. Truly delicious.
Nan Tan Nok raised her thumb.
Want some wine?
So Fong suddenly asked.
Ah, can the grape wine be drunk now?
The girls focused at once.
So Fong nodded, yes, it has been more than 20 days, it can be drunk. Then I will fetch it.
Lu Waimong set her chopsticks down, excitedly went to the cellar.
Be careful not to fall.
Lu Wai Thursday called, helpless toward her reckless sister. In a blink, she was downstairs. She clapped her hands and said with hope, "So Fong, open it."
All right, give me the utility knife.
So Fong stood up, tapping the seal jar.
Here. Van Han handed the knife. Crack crack.
So Fong tapped gently, opening the resin, fragrance spread.
Van Han asked nervously, did it work?
Of course.
So Fong smiled confidently, fully opening the jar, scent stronger. The jar, once 8/10 full, was now completely brimming, dark red wine with floating grape skins. The color looks beautiful. Van Han blushed. Looks tasty to drink. Nan Tan Nok swallowed. Bring the bamboo spoon. So Fong gestured. She fetched it, here.
He pushed aside the floating skins, scooped wine into the cups.
I will taste first. He whispered, sipping. Tsk tisk.
The wine smelled fragrant, first slightly bitter, then sweet of fermented grapes, warming his stomach, very pleasant.
How is it, easy to drink? Lu Waimong asked eagerly. Clink.
The girls pushed their cups forward, waiting.
Can all drink? So Fong asked. I can drink a little. Lu Wai Thursday whispered.
Lu Waimong patted her chest, I have drunk before, do not worry.
I can too. Nan Nu Nok softly said, she had never drunk grape wine. All right.
So Fong ladled for them, each half a cup, the jar half emptied. Save some for Sister Tin Noyet.
Van Han reminded. Good wine with good food, such enjoyment.
Lu Waimong sat, about to gulp.
Sip slowly, gulping will make you drunk.
So Fong stopped her. Grape wine, though not as harsh as grain liquor, had strong after effect.
It is fine, my tolerance is good.
Lu Waimong muttered, but still gave up the thought. She sipped, eyes narrowing, the taste better than imagined.
Smack smack. Lu Wai Thursday said, eat some meat. Sweet and tasty. Van Han murmured. Do not drink too much, you will get drunk. So Fong placed meat into her mouth. Mei Chem, only a little.
Van Han blushed, unsure if shy or from wine. Nan Tan Nok also drank, showing no change, but her younger sister was flushed, shoving meat non-stop.
As elder, Nan Tan Nok asked, Nu Nok, your wine? I finished it. Nan Nu Nok answered softly. Nan Tan Nok frowned, finished in one gulp?
She remembered this was her sister's first drink, before she only ever tasted from father's chopsticks. Yes, only half a cup, but very sweet and tasty.
Nan Nunak blushed more, mouth full, voice muffled.
Lu Waimong teased, "Nunak, your face is red like a monkey's but."
Is it really red? Nan Nunak put down chopsticks, touched her hot face.
Yes, a little.
Lu Wai Thursday and the girl nodded. Grape wine still has a kick. So Fong gently said, "Eat more meat, slowly you will be fine." "All right." Nan Nunak obediently replied, continued eating. Does dipping chopsticks in wine count as drinking?
Nan Tan Nok smiled bitterly.
Chapter 1062, The Handsome Old General. Just a little bit. Nan Nunak said innocently. It is fine, I did not drink much. So Fong reassured. That is good then. Nan Tan Nok sighed. TSK TSK TSK. Lu Waimong clicked her tongue, still not satisfied. Am I blushing? No, right?
Lu Waimong raised her hand to cover her face.
Yes, you are.
So Fong and the others nodded. She was the type to flush after drinking.
But I feel nothing, I can still walk straight.
Lu Waimong stood up, preparing to show how straight she could walk. She barely drank, anyone could walk straight. Nan Tan Nok widened her eyes, hoping to see her stumble.
Look, straight or not?
Lu Waimong lifted her chin, stepping forward on a straight path. Lu Wai Thursday held her forehead, smiling bitterly. Sit down quickly, you are spinning to the horizon.
No way, I clearly walk straight.
NK books. Lu Waimong staggered.
Stop messing around.
Lu Wai Thursday hurried to pull her sister back into the chair.
I am not messing, I am clear-headed.
Lu Waimong shook her head, trying to stand again.
Looks like she is truly drunk.
So Fong twitched, her tolerance was too weak, half a glass of wine and she was done.
Van Han, are you not drunk?
Nan Tan Nok asked.
No, I am fine, only a little dizzy. Van Han replied innocently.
So Fong silently withdrew his encouragement, her face was also red, clearly the wine was working.
No need, I do not feel unwell. Van Han gently refused. All right, then you walk a bit too. So Fong signaled. Okay.
Van Han stood, pointed forward to find her line, then walked, at first steady but soon drifting, finally bumping into So Fong's chest. Her face flushed, she scolded.
Straight or not? Straight.
So Fong smiled helplessly, helping her sit and rubbing her forehead.
Sister, why did you become two people?
Lu Waimong turned to her sister, seeing double.
No, you are drunk. Lu Wai Thursday reminded. Not true.
Lu Waimong muttered, placing one hand on the table, the other waving. You really are two, identical. Lu Wai Thursday pressed her sister's finger down, speaking patiently.
All right, two it is, now sleep. I will not sleep. Lu Waimong pouted.
She suddenly turned to So Fong, staring, mumbling softly. What did you say? Speak louder.
Lu Wai Thursday frowned. Not telling you.
Lu Waimong shook her head, drunk she was willful and cute. Such poor tolerance. Nan Tan Nok smiled bitterly.
Looks like Nu Nok is drunk too.
So Fong pointed to the silent girl.
Ah, Nu Nok?
Nan Tan Nok looked over, her sister rested quietly on the table, eyes fixed on So Fong, long lashes trembling. She stood, worried.
She was fine, what now? The after effect hit her. So Fong guessed.
At first Nu Nok only blushed, now she was dazed, but unlike Lu Waimong she was quiet.
Sleep now, alright?
Nan Tan Nok coaxed.
No, I already slept much today.
Nu Nok pouted, eyes still locked on So Fong.
Observers in the room. So easy to get drunk?
No Tin Noyet chuckled.
The alcohol must be strong. Ha Min guessed. Maybe, I want to try too.
No Tin Noyet smiled, she also had wine but not yet.
Easy, we can drink after work. Ha Min laughed. So good. Ha Min sighed. Ha ha ha. He burst out laughing. Then no food.
No Tin Noyet shrugged. She thought of Vi Din, then quietly sent a message.
Tap tap tap. Her fingers typed quickly.
After sending, she looked up and joined the talk again.
Vi Din is still not done?
Ha Min asked softly.
No Tin Noyet sighed.
Not yet, she said she is busy.
Oh, then just ask for help if needed. Ha Min nodded. All right, I will tell her.
No Tin Noyet smiled.
Ding. Her phone rang, she quickly opened the flashing message.
She breathed in relief, now in mood to drink, meaning nothing serious happened.
So Fong, you also became two.
Lu Waimong waved.
How many fingers? So Fong raised one. 3. Lu Waimong answered without hesitation. He asked again. Do you feel like vomiting?
No, see, I did not puke. Lu Waimong giggled, praising.
So handsome, very good. Looking. Lu Wai Thursday covered her face, unwilling to admit this was her sister. Ha ha ha. So Fong laughed aloud. Yes, So Fong the handsome old general.
Van Han said sweetly, rubbing her head against his chest, ears turning red.
Such sweet words?
So Fong frowned, drunk she was too cute, making one want to hold her tight.
Chapter 1063, Missing? No NGO.
Van Han slowly shook her head, blushing as she sincerely said, even if not handsome, I still like.
He, I also like.
Lu Waimong opened her mouth wide, her eyes full of focus. Lu Wai Thursday quickly covered her sister's mouth, lowering her voice, you are really drunk.
No NGO, I am not.
Lu Waimong twisted her neck, escaping her sister's hand.
You are. Lu Wai Thursday frowned, not daring to look at So Fong and the girl. Yes.
Lu Wai Thursday's eye twitched, silently vowing never to let her sister drink again.
No NGO.
Lu Waimong struggled.
930. So Fong curled his lips, kindly reminding, keep covering and she will suffocate. Ah. Oh. Lu Wai Thursday looked down at her sister, rolling her eyes, quickly letting go. Sister, do you want to kill me? Lu Waimong coughed twice, angrily saying, why did I never notice your strength was so big? Are you okay? Lu Wai Thursday asked apologetically.
Lu Waimong waved her hand, hoarsely saying, it is fine, I want water.
Add some honey water to drink. So Fong gently said. I will do it. Lu Wai Thursday stood up, used the iron pot to mix honey water, gave each person a cup. Aha!
The girl yawned, after drinking she leaned against So Fong's chest, sleepy.
So Fong raised an eyebrow, she just said she was not tired, yet now she yawned. Van Han obediently responded, okay.
So Fong lifted the girl, placed her on the big bed, pulled the sleeping bag over her.
NK Books. New knock.
Nantan Nok turned to her sister, seeing her asleep on the wooden table. Already like this, she still does not sleep on the bed. She helplessly smiled, then carried her sister to bed.
Waimong, how now? Lu Wai Thursday asked.
Lu Waimong shook her head, picked up the paddle, not tired, I want to play. Lu Wai Thursday scolded, already drunk, still play ball? I am not drunk, very sober.
Lu Waimong muttered. You see one is 3, still not drunk?
Lu Wai Thursday laughed in anger, pulling her sister to bed. Go sleep, afternoon wake then play. So Fong massaged Lu Waimong's temple, making her sleepy.
Aha! You must promise, afternoon play with me. Lu Waimong muttered. So Fong could not help but laugh, nodding, yes, I promise. Then I sleep a while.
Lu Waimong smiled, closed her eyes and quickly fell asleep.
Finally quiet. Lu Wai Thursday sighed. So Fong softly asked, you are not drunk, right? I have some tolerance. So Fong chuckled.
Lu Wai Thursday tucked her hair behind her ear, softly said, my mother liked red wine, I sometimes drank with her.
And why Mong? So Fong wondered.
She was rarely home, stayed long in clubs. Before she drank red wine with snow soda, lower alcohol.
Lu Wai Thursday explained. So that is it.
So Fong nodded, understanding some diluted with soda to lessen the taste, but real connoisseurs would not. Van Han slept until late afternoon, only woke when the sun leaned west.
Aha!
She stretched, dizziness gone, her face still rosy, the cabin empty.
Where is everyone, all working already? She murmured, slipping on shoes and opening the door. Little Han Han, did you sleep well?
Lu Waimong called, then turned back to play with So Fong.
Very good.
Van Han held the ladder, climbing down.
So Fong caught the ball, glanced at her with concern, still dizzy?
He touched her forehead, assured no fever.
Are you hungry? Van Han gently asked. Lu Waimong touched her stomach, a bit. Then I prepared dinner.
Van Han looked at the sky, the sun nearly setting.
Let me cook today.
So Fong stopped her, put the paddle in her hand, warmly said, you should move a bit.
All right. Van Han agreed. Rest well. So Fong reminded, then went upstairs. So Fong, I will help you. Nan Nu Nok dropped the paddle, followed him.
Lu Wai Thursday took her place, continued playing with Nan Ton Nok.
He who? Lu Waimong slammed, sending the ball flying. Sister Mong, you are too strong.
Van Han jumped, but too short, the ball flew over, fell outside the fence.
Ah, sorry, I fetch it.
Lu Waimong laughed, ran to the garden, pushed open the back door.
Van Han looked out, muttering, why is Sister Mong taking so long to fetch?
She held the paddle, walked toward the back. The girl stepped outside, looked around, but saw no trace of Lu Waimong.
What is it? Lu Wai Thursday and Nan Ton Nok followed. Van Han frowned, Sister Mong is gone. Why Mong?
Lu Wai Thursday called, stop joking, come back quickly.
Silence, no answer. What happened?
So Fong appeared at the window, wearing an apron, holding a chopping knife, beside a pile of wild vegetables.
Sister Mong disappeared.
Van Han worriedly said, fearing danger. She said fetch the ball, then vanished.
Van Han gripped the ball, uneasy. Chapter 1064, Domestic Turkey. So Fong and Nan Nu Nok heard the call and quickly came downstairs, still wearing their aprons.
Mong, come out quickly, do not make trouble. Lu Wai Thursday shouted loudly, her face full of worry.
If this is a joke, then you must be punished.
So Fong removed the apron, picked up the chopping knife, and went into the yard.
Is Sister Mong really missing? Nan Nu Nok held her sister's hand, her eyes uneasy. We still do not know.
Nan Ton Nok shook her head, gently stroking her younger sister's head to calm her. So Fong bent down to observe the ground carefully, found no signs of fighting, and no strangers' footprints.
How is it, did you find anything? Van Han asked softly. Not yet, but Mong is definitely not taken away. So Fong straightened up and said, you stay inside, I will go search around. We will go together. The women shouted. All right. So Fong sighed, knowing persuasion was useless, and nodded. The group took knives and bows, leaving the camp. This way.
So Fong judged the direction by the trampled weeds.
Lu Wai Thursday took a deep breath, I hope nothing happened.
Nan Ton Nok patted her shoulder, I even hope she just hid as a prank.
Let us hope. Lu Wai Thursday forced a smile. They went deeper into the forest, vines and weeds broken, clearly recent.
So Fong stopped, crouched down, and saw footprints, not human but bird.
Any new findings? Van Han asked quickly.
We should hurry to find Sister Mong,
Van Han urged. Let us go faster.
So Fong nodded, pushing through the bushes. After about 7 or 8 minutes, they stopped and breathed in relief.
Ah, why are you all out here? Lu Waimong returned holding a colorful bird, turning to see them.
So good, you are safe.
Van Han sighed in relief. I chased it and forgot to tell you.
Lu Waimong said sheepishly, showing the bird in her hand.
Do you know how worried we were? Lu Wai Thursday scolded angrily, still shaken. I am sorry.
Lu Waimong bit her lip, bowing in guilt.
All right, it is fine now.
So Fong relaxed
NK
and said
Books.
gently, next time, at least call out before leaving.
I am sorry.
Lu Waimong nodded repeatedly.
Nantan Nok asked with concern, are you hurt?
Lu Waimong faced her sister's gaze, shrank her neck and replied, no, I am fine. You nearly made me die of anger.
Lu Wai Thursday took a deep breath, her fingers trembling. Sister, do not be angry, it is my fault. Lu Waimong held her sister's hand and admitted.
Of course it is your fault, making everyone so worried. Lu Wai Thursday scolded, but her tone softened. So Fong leaned aside, smiling, enough, do not bow.
Sister Mong, what exactly happened? Van Han asked.
Lu Waimong raised the bird. I went out to pick up the ball, accidentally found it in the bush, it looked delicious, it chased me, I chased back, and unknowingly.
So big, what bird is that? Nan Nu Nok stared wide-eyed. Looks like a turkey. Van Han said innocently. It is a turkey. So Fong was surprised, there were turkeys on Huin Noyet Island?
Nantan Nok exclaimed, this really is a turkey, colorful feathers, but the red wattle on its neck is frightening. Turkeys, also called domestic turkeys, are much larger than chickens, body about 1 meter long, wingspan nearly 2 meters. Their heads and necks are almost bare, long with red wattles, feathers shining brown or green with black patterns. Males are larger, tails spread like fans, with long breast feathers. Turkeys live in flocks, gentle and slow, eat plants, fruits, sometimes frogs, lizards, and insects. When startled, they run fast and can fly 1 or 2 kilometers. So Fong took the dead turkey, weighed it, about 20 catties.
He asked in surprise, how did you catch it? It chased me. Lu Waimong said casually, then it tripped on vines, I pounced, blocked it, and broke its neck.
You, be more careful next time, do not run around.
Lu Wai Thursday was still angry. Sister Lu Waimong pouted. Lu Wai Thursday turned away coldly, useless. Big girl, do not be angry, Lu Waimong cooed.
Calling her sister's nickname.
Do you want a beating? Lu Wai Thursday glared. Just smile once. Lu Waimong pleaded. Smile at you, fool.
Lu Wai Thursday burst into laughter, her mood lightened.
All right, let us return. So Fong carried the turkey and led the way. All right. The women answered, holding hands back.
Van Han walked beside Lu Waimong, scolding, Sister Mong, next time tell us first.
I know, I will not do it again. Lu Waimong raised 3 fingers and swore.
If you do, 1 month without meat. Lu Wai Thursday said coldly.
Chapter 1065, worthy of the title. A fright without danger, that counts as a good thing. Nantan Nok spoke gently. She almost scared me to death.
Lu Wai Thursday turned to glare at her sister, debating whether to add a head bandage.
Sister, do not hit the head again, you will become foolish.
Lu Waimong seemed to sense it and quickly raised her hands to cover her head.
He.
Lu Waimong leaned sweetly against her sister's shoulder.
So Fong, do you want turkey tonight? Van Han looked at the bird in So Fong's hands, curious about the taste.
Yes,
tonight we switch to turkey. So Fong nodded. Since the turkey was dead, it should be eaten while still fresh. Cough cough, So Fong, speak with civility. Lu Waimong cleared her throat. Ah. So Fong froze. Lu Waimong joked, say chicken but not go, civility you mean. So Fong's mouth twitched, his face darkened. In the room, the audience quickly flooded with comments. Damn, say chicken not go, I laughed to death. Civility you me him, those words cannot stay together. I do not understand, can someone explain? Taste it, taste again, taste carefully. Do not make trouble. So Fong scolded with a smile, carrying the turkey to pluck. He recalled foreigners liked to roast turkey, though he never ate before. 1 part roasted, 1 part made soup. So Fong decided. All right, I will help pluck. Lu Waimong rolled up sleeves. Van Han stepped upstairs, I will boil water first. So looking forward, first time eating turkey. Nan Nu Nok rubbed small hands. Me too, first time. Lu Wai Thursday pressed lips, then added, I heard it is not so tasty. True, good taste depends on skill, let us see how we do. Lu Waimong raised head proudly. She flattered, besides, Chef So himself cooks, how can it not be tasty? Makes sense. Lu Wai Thursday agreed. Sit and wait to eat. So Fong laughed, tapped Lu Wai Thursday's forehead. She froze, ears turned pink, heart racing at the intimacy. Sister, what is wrong? Lu Waimong asked. Nothing, go help quickly, atone for your mischief. Lu Wai Thursday spoke sternly. Yes, yes. Lu Waimong pouted and muttered off. Lu Wai Thursday sighed, touched her forehead, lost in thought. 7 or 8 minutes later, the girl carried a bucket of hot water downstairs. Everyone busied, so Fong built the clay oven, choosing not to roast but to berry cook. The Nan sisters prepared spices, dug mud by the stream, cut Indian almond leaves. The Lu sisters and the girl plucked, chopped turkey into 8 pieces, marinated with oil and wine. So extravagant, using wine to remove smell. Lu Waimong winced. No choice, must for good taste. Van Han replied honestly, also reluctant. Marinating with wine, will it make us drunk? Lu Waimong washed hands, sniffed, still faint aroma. No, alcohol evaporates at high heat. Van Han explained. Alright, I go help So Fong build oven. Lu Waimong said. NK Books. Good, hard work. Van Han smiled bright, poured ginger, cinnamon, herbs and chili into meat, continued marinating. Over 10 minutes later, the meat was well seasoned, oven ready, mud and leaves prepared. Turkey meat was tender, lean, high protein, low fat and cholesterol. Protein content up to 30%, rich in amino acids, especially tryptophan and lysine higher than other fowls. Medically, turkey strengthens spleen, nourishes stomach, stops diarrhea, regulates menstruation. Begin. So Fong washed hands, wrapped turkey in leaves, tied, coated with mud. The oven fire roared, smoke and flame rising. In the yard, torches burned as night fell. Crackle. Wood burned, mud darkened to purple-brown, sign of doneness. Half an hour later, So Fong quenched coals, sealed pit, buried mud ball inside, layered soil to hold heat. Clap clap clap. So Fong dusted hands, said gently, in 2 hours we can eat. Still wait 2 hours? Lu Waimong sulked, stomach growling. Nan Nu Nok whispered, I am hungry. Do not worry, we also make chicken soup, much faster. So Fong smiled. That is better, not starve. Lu Waimong laughed again. As you command. She made a silly salute. Everyone cleaned tools with soap, dried by fire to disinfect, preventing rust. After gathering feathers and washing bowls, half an hour had passed. Chapter 1066, The Feeling of Being Offended. The clay pot sat on the stove, chicken simmered inside. So Fang, Is it ready to eat? Lu Waimong asked eagerly. Not so soon, maybe half an hour more.
So Feng replied without turning, adding taro to the pot, covering it again.
Still half an hour? Lu Waimong pouted and sat down. So Feng said gently, you can snack a little. Fine. She searched the shelf, found raisins and seaweed, eating while waiting. Clatter clatter. Time passed, aroma spread, So Feng lifted the lid, added spice, stirred, then covered again. So fragrant, it must be delicious. Lu Waimong swallowed. Let's start. So Feng lifted the pot, placed it on the table, turkey stew complete. Clatter. Nan Yu Nok's stomach growled. I won't be polite.
Lu Waimong grabbed meat, stuffed her mouth.
Careful, hot. Lu Wai Thursday warned. Ngu ngu.
She blew, burned tongue, muttered, so tasty. If it were as big as a rice bowl it'd be better.
Van Han said, amazed by So Feng's stew. Perfect.
Lu Wai Thursday raised her thumb.
Viewers spammed comments. Watching So Feng cook at mealtime is torture. I'll order turkey and try his stew. Wait, are you a foreigner? Pot not cooled, chicken all gone, only bones left. TSK TSK. Not enough. Lu Waimong sighed. Save room for baked chicken later. So Feng sipped tea. He sighed. Cough, I'll check the kiln. He ran off. Don't be rough, your ear will fall.
Lu Waimong explained, I heard bullies at school say it, thought fun so remembered. You learn bad, not good.
Lu Wai Thursday scolded. People around us, how many are good? She whispered.
Lu Wai Thursday stared, speechless. Under the cabin, So Feng lay on chair, gazed at stars.
What are you thinking? Van Han sat by. Nothing, full yet?
So Feng smiled, held her waist.
Van Han blushed, half full. She nodded shyly. Wait a moment. So Feng smiled. No rush, I'm not hungry. Van Han smiled brightly. Van Han, not studying anymore? He asked. She nodded, yes, missed college exam, don't want again, I'll self-study. He stroked her head, praised, good, with your IQ, self-study is better than fools. Viewers angry. Need to provoke us? Guess I'm not studious, I go to construction. Watching makes me angry. I feel the same. Van Han agreed. Lu's sisters and Nan's sisters fell silent. Half an hour later, So Feng opened kiln, dug out baked chicken, fragrance spread. Here. Lu Wai Thursday brought pot. So Feng broke earth, unwrapped leaves, poured chicken out. Crash. Girls licked lips, chopsticks ready. Eat, baked chicken is hot. So Feng smiled, gave drumstick to girl. Tender and tasty. Van Han smiled satisfied. So Feng said gently, this leg for you knock, eat more. Thank you So Feng. She blushed, received drumstick. Half eaten already. Sip broth, perfect taste. Lu Waimong sucked fingers, tossed bones. There are taros left in kiln. So Feng whispered. Nantan Nok said, tonight's all meat, I'm full. Tomorrow need exercise, or in 3 days we gain weight. Lu Waimong looked at waist. Play ball or swim, good exercise. So Feng said warmly. Okay. She ate and muttered, play ball with you, others too weak. Your words are harsh. Lu Wai Thursday nod chicken. I speak truth. Lu Waimong smirked. Lu Wai Thursday glared, kept eating. Half hour later, only bones and spice remained. Chapter 1067, Who Does Not Love? No NGO. So Fawn opened his eyes, today the morning was unusually early. He turned to the girl,
she was still asleep, a silver thread at her lips.
So big already, yet still drooling. He laughed and wiped it away. Hold me. He answered gently,
his smile full of affection. The girl pressed her lips, sleeping even more soundly.
He lay half an hour, then quietly got up, ordering in his mind, "Mark." The familiar panel appeared, the number 8 days lit. The system voice rang, ding. 7 days marked, a primary gift pack obtained. He glanced at the bed, the women still asleep, and ordered, "Open the gift." Ding.
1 primary wine-making experience pack gained.
Ding.
1 primary full flower art gift pack gained.
Ding. Memory +1. Open the last.
He washed his face and gave the order.
Ding. Memory +1 transmitting.
Pain surged, he collapsed on the chair, covering his eyes to hide it. Every memory increase caused agony, yet it was worth it. After nearly 10 minutes, the pain faded, he breathed deeply, relaxing.
Such torment.
He smiled bitterly, continued, "Open the wine experience pack."
Wine experience pack transmitting.
The pain returned, he clenched his teeth, while texts, images, sounds flooded his mind.
Time blurred in the process.
After more than 10 minutes, he gasped fresh air, then closed eyes to sort the knowledge. The wine pack indeed contained knowledge of wine, but he had no interest, nor could he become a bartender.
He sighed and ordered, "Still 1 pack, open it." Ding. Full flower art pack transmitting. Pain engulfed again. This time it lasted less than 5 minutes, then eased. He exhaled, arranged knowledge.
As expected, still no interest, maybe in city it might help.
Aha.
He stretched, recalling 5 packs.
Still 22 days. Until 5 packs left, 22 days. Still 24 days. He smirked, until contest end 24 days. Hope next time better items.
He muttered, then washed at the stream. Morning came, the girls woke, last night they slept early, so today up early.
So Fong, morning, so early today. Van Han, still drowsy, waved from window. Good morning.
He smiled, dried his body. He had risen early, washed, then went swimming, rinsing sweat from gift.
In the room, viewers shouted. Ah, that body, a man making women cry. So Fong, I want to bear you many children, 108.
That body, that skin, face, smile, voice, I could die.
Like this So Fong, who does not love?
Van Han blushed, scolded, put clothes on.
All right. He laughed, only wrapping a towel, causing screams.
She came down, handed clothes, scolded, really, next time wear shorts, the swimwear too tight.
She muttered, red-faced, ran off. He laughed, still so cute. What did you say? Lu Waimong asked. Ahem, nothing. He coughed. She smiled, teased, were you calling me cute? All of you can be loved. He said seriously, truthful. When did I become a scum man?
He smiled bitterly.
Scum man? Nan Nu Nok popped up.
Nantan Nok patted her head, go wash, child, do not ask much.
Okay. Nu Nok was pulled away. A bit confusing. He shook head, went upstairs. He cooked breakfast, boiled soup to strengthen eyesight.
The iron pot on fire, wood burning strong. He added herbs, mushrooms.
Wood oil leaf, wild chrysanthemum.
He murmured, all good for eyes.
The pot bubbled. Chapter 1068, Is Lu Waimong sick?
These eyes are really good, whispered So Fong. Van Han leaned on So Fong and smiled gently, I do not understand, just sit and wait to eat is fine.
So Fong tapped her nose tip and smiled, the taste should not be bad, it will not disappoint you.
This was the first time he cooked food to strengthen eyesight, before he had made dishes for hearing and smell, since ingredients were rare, the number of times could be counted on one hand.
Looking forward. Van Han nodded. Han Han, help me get some salted meat. So Fong said warmly. Okay. Van Han obediently answered, took the salted meat from the rack and cut it. So Fong, what is for breakfast today? Lu Waimong and her sister returned after washing, shouting as they entered. Eat you. So Fong replied casually. Cough, I was joking. So Fong laughed. Do not be silly. Lu Wai Thursday scolded with a smile. Hee hee. Lu Waimong stuck out her tongue playfully. Do you need my help? Not now, breakfast today is simple. So Fong replied. Then I will sit and wait. Lu Waimong cheerfully pulled a chair. Ah, not much to do, you go brush teeth. Lu Waimong pouted. Lu Wai Thursday glanced at her sister. Inside are also So Fong's clothes. Sister, you work hard daily, rest, small things let me do. Lu Waimong said firmly. Ah, forgot to wash clothes. Van Han remembered, put down the knife to help. Hey, Xiaohan, keep cutting meat. Lu Waimong hurried, with oily hands washing clothes is troublesome, I will do it. This feels impolite. Van Han blushed. No problem, washing clothes is not hard. Lu Waimong waved and carried the basket to the stream. Do not mind her, she is too idle, finding something to do. Lu Wai Thursday said gently. Van Han smiled helplessly, all right. Lu Waimong walked barefoot into the stream, wet the clothes, fixed the basket on the shore, spread a cloth on the stone. This one is wide, must be sister's, she murmured, rubbed soap and washed. Mong's sister, do you need help? Nan Nu Nok came down with clothes. No need, soon done. NK Books. Lu Waimong waved, washed clean and set aside. She took another, smaller cloth. She whispered, this must be Van Han's, chest same as mine. She carefully washed and put with the other. Mong's sister, I help hang them. Nan Nu Nok brought bamboo rack. Lu Waimong nodded, thanks. It is fine, I am free. Nan Nu Nok hung them. This must be So Fong's, still with sweat smell. Lu Waimong sniffed, face red. Mong's sister, what did you say? Nan Nu Nok asked puzzled. Nothing. Lu Waimong bent down to wash. From the window, Lu Wai Thursday shook head, hopeless. Lu Waimong hummed while washing, Nan Nu Nok helped to dry. She looked at a white shirt and said, yes, only So Fong can wear this big. Ah, Lu Waimong, hide it and sell to me, 10,000. Wow, rich woman, sell to you okay. Get lost, not needed. People cannot compare, then why keep it? Cut off is the only way. Cough, Lu Waimong, calm down. She patted her hand softly. She said seriously, it is fine. Really? Nan Nu Nok doubted. Okay. Nan Nu Nok answered, carefully went upstairs. Phew. Lu Waimong sighed, trembling hand continued washing. After half an hour she finished. Mong's sister, long time washing, you worked hard. Van Han gave hot tea. Not hard. Lu Waimong eyes wandering, did she wash so long? Only few clothes but you washed over half an hour. Lu Wai Thursday said. Cough, too many clothes, washed several times. Lu Waimong coughed lightly, more embarrassed. That made the girl blush deeper. All right, sit and eat breakfast. So Fong called, bringing hot tonic food. He cooked 3 big pots, enough for 6 people. Looks not bad, new wild vegetable soup? Lu Waimong was attracted. Yes, a new creation. So Fong nodded. How is it? So Fong asked, since he had not tasted yet. Chapter 1069, Preparing the Skin. The taste is still strong, I really like it. Van Han said innocently, holding the small spoon and putting it in her mouth continuously. Drink a bit slower, there are many pots left. So Fong said gently. No NGO. Van Han nodded. So Fong, what do you want to do today? Lu Waimong quickly changed the topic. So Fong replied calmly, no need to do anything, whatever you want to do, just do it. Whatever we want? Lu Waimong savored his words, her eyes roamed on So Fong, strange thoughts rising in her mind. Lu Wai Thursday glared at her sister, leaned close and whispered, do you have some bad idea again? Nothing like that, sister, you think too much. Lu Waimong hurriedly denied, her eyes evasive. Then what were you just thinking about? Lu Wai Thursday did not believe. Lu Waimong said seriously, I was thinking about whether to play ball or to swim later. So is it ball or swimming? Lu Wai Thursday asked while scooping wild vegetable soup. Neither, I am preparing, but I will not tell you. Lu Waimong pouted. Stop it. Lu Wai Thursday turned away with her bowl, showing no interest. So Fong smiled and shook his head, still needing to stay on the island for 24 more days, the closer to the end the harder it felt. So Fong, when leaving, should we destroy this wooden house? Van Han asked. Lu Wai Thursday asked too, little Han Han, are you reluctant? A little, we have lived here for more than half a year, if it is destroyed it is a pity. Van Han said clearly. That is true. Lu Wai Thursday looked around, she also contributed to building this cabin, destroying it would be sorrowful. Do not be sad, when back in the city we will build a better one. So Fong patted the girl's head. Yes, when you win the contest, you will have land, then build a bigger and better house. Nan Tan not comforted. Yes. Van Han nodded strongly, still a little reluctant. Elsewhere, in a hospital in West Asia City, Tran Chi Hai lay on the bed watching videos. On the small screen appeared So Fong hunting. Thien Truck 2 stood outside talking with Thuong Chin. Damn, he really never misses. Tran Chi Hai opened his mouth. In the video So Fong shot through the stag's neck, then quickly hit a seabird midair. The steward stood by, silent, ignoring the shouts. The video continued, showing Lai Du Du, then So Fong punched down a bear, making him scream again, replaying many times. Are those words true or false? The steward calmly asked. Tran Chi Hai pouted, of course true. Not knowing his limit. The steward nodded. Although annoying, I admit he is powerful. Tran Chi Hai laughed darkly. The steward twitched his mouth, looking outside the window. Was his young master now admiring So Fong? Creak. The ward door opened. Thien Truck 2 and Thuong Chin entered with the medical record. Too amazing, how can he be that strong? Tran Chi Hai said in awe. Ah, Dr. Thuong is here. Thien Truck 2 frowned. So what, there are no seats here for you. Tran Chi Hai did not look up. Veins bulged on Thuong Chin's forehead, he reminded himself to stay calm. Steward. Thien Truck 2 sighed. Yes. The steward turned and quietly took the tablet from Tran Chi Hai. All right, say it quickly. Tran Chi Hai asked impatiently, can the surgery be done now? The date is set, 10 days later we will operate, before that you must rest and treat other illnesses. Thuong Chin said patiently. Ah, got it. Tran Chi Hai nodded. Soon a nurse will come to help you prepare the skin. Thuong Chin suddenly said, NK books. He explained, it is shaving hair, disinfecting skin, this is necessary work before surgery. Surgery? Wasn't it scheduled after 10 days? Tran Chi Hai sat up in shock. Somewhat serious. Tran Chi Hai's face turned pale. That is due to heavy humidity and lying too long without moving. Thuong Chin said calmly. Tran Chi Hai pleaded with his mother, Mother, can this surgery not be done? You must ask Dr. Thuong. Thien Truck 2 said helplessly. No, if not cut now, later will be more troublesome. Thuong Chin shook his head, speaking truthfully. Can it not be conservative treatment? Tran Chi Hai begged, if others knew he would be mocked. No. Fuang Qin answered coldly.
Hearing this, Tran Shihai fell silent, then agreed, all right.
I feel he is making things hard for me. Tran Shihai snorted.
Thien Truc Tu touched his forehead, scolded, do not always think bad of people, he is your chief doctor.
Tran Shihai widened his eyes, chief doctor? 10 days later he will be the surgeon? Yes, it is Dr. Fuang. Thien Truc Tu was surprised why her son was shocked. Mother, are you truly my biological mother?
Tran Shihai darkened.
How can you talk like that?
Though not my blood, I picked you up from the trash and raising you was very hard.
Thien Truc Tu grew angry. Mother, you are joking, right?
Tran Shihai was stunned.
Chapter 1070, Still Feeling Proud. Why was it conceived in September? Tran Shihai asked curiously, finding it strange.
Thien Truc Tu answered with pain, because at that time I went shopping, I accidentally fell, which led to your premature birth. Tran Shihai's eyelids twitched, this reason was hardly acceptable. He took a deep breath, staring at his mother, word by word, Mother, did you not see how young Fuang Qin is, how can he perform a major tumor surgery?
You can be at ease?
Yes,
that Dr. Fuang is at most over 30.
Thien Truc Tu finally realized, in the medical world age and experience often go hand in hand, the older the doctor the more reassuring.
Finally I understand.
Tran Shihai breathed out, he did not want to gamble with his life. Rest assured, Mother will help you contact a more authoritative doctor. Thien Truc Tu picked up the phone to contact an old friend, hoping to invite a flying knife. Flying knife, a slang for doctors, meaning a surgeon flying from another place.
Must invite the best one. Tran Shihai muttered. Of course, leave it to me. Thien Truc Tu nodded repeatedly. The butler reminded, Madam, this may make Dr. Fuang angry. If he is angry then so be it, we can just change hospitals.
Tran Shihai pouted, not caring at all.
I pay, he just works for money, what is there to be angry about? Thien Truc Tu waved her hand, continuing to type on the keyboard.
Thien Truc Tu spoke softly, all right, stop thinking too much, let the nurse come help you prepare the skin.
Got it.
Tran Shihai showed a hopeless face.
Look. Tran Shihai reached for the tablet. Thien Truc Tu scolded, you have been looking since morning, still looking? Mother, what if I learn martial arts with So Fong?
Tran Shihai suddenly asked.
You? Learn martial arts? Thien Truc Tu's face turned strange, had her son gone crazy on Xian Noyet Island? Yes, is it not good? Tran Shihai laughed cheekily.
Thien Truc Tu shook her head, firmly, martial arts is good, but you will not persist.
Without trying, how do you know I will not persist?
Tran Shihai pouted, feeling wronged. Thien Truc Tu sneered, you are my son, I know your nature best, since childhood I can tell just by your posture if you were going to poop or pee. Since young, Tran Shihai had been raised by his mother directly, the nanny only did chores and cooking. No need to try, just based on your performance on the island, if So Fong does not beat you it is already good.
Thien Truc Tu coldly poured water on his head. Seems true.
Tran Shihai grimaced, he had already offended So Fong.
He will soon have 100 million yuan, how much will you pay him to teach you?
Thien Truc Tu asked, gently touching her hair, moreover, I heard the Loi family also tried to approach him, but they were driven away. Tran Shihai fell silent, then gave up, fine, I will not learn martial arts, too hard.
Giving up is good, you think by learning martial arts you can be like him?
Thien Truc Tu scolded, with your weak limbs, do not dream of killing bears or tigers with one hand.
Ha ha ha.
Tran Shihai laughed awkwardly.
Creak.
The ward door opened, a nurse in white pushed a cart with scalpels, disinfectant, and tools.
I came to prepare the skin.
The nurse raised the scalpel.
Now. Tran Shihai's body trembled. Of course, time is running out. The nurse said coldly.
Vien Truck 2 stood unmoved. The mother and son looked at each other for half a minute, then she left with her phone. Alright, I will go out.
Yes. The butler responded, following her. Creak. The ward door closed again. The nurse pulled the blue curtain around the bed, then said, "Take off your clothes, kneel and lie face down." Ah.
Tran Shi Hai was stunned.
The nurse put on gloves. Do you not understand kneel and lie down? Did you not just say it? The nurse patiently, prepare the skin.
Tran Shi Hai hoarsely, no, why does preparing skin need this posture?
Because it is convenient, easier to operate.
The nurse glanced at him, confused.
She
took cotton with alcohol, urging, hurry up, stop talking nonsense. Tran Shi Hai clenched his teeth, stomped, then reluctantly knelt down.
Soon, screams echoed in the corridor. Slaughtering pigs?
Vien Truck 2 clenched her teeth, her heart ached, wanting to rush in. The butler
NK
was
books.
silent.
Elsewhere, on Chien Noyet Island.
So Fong and the women were playing with clay, preparing to bake souvenirs to bring back to the city.
Dang 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 dang.
Lu Waimong made her own background music, lifting a clay statue.
What did you shape? Lu Wai Thursday asked curiously.
Elder sister.
Lu Waimong giggled, showing the clay figure for her sister to see. Lu Wai Thursday looked at the unrecognizable clay face, blankly asked, "Are you sure you shaped me?" "Of course, not similar?" Lu Waimong blinked.
Lu Wai Thursday sneered, "I think it looks more like you, especially the figure, exactly the same." "Sister, you and I are not much different."
Lu Waimong held back laughter.
"No, very different." Lu Wai Thursday lowered her head to her chest, smiling with confidence.
Chapter 1071, Not Competing.
Lu Wai Thursday narrowed her eyes and threatened, "You better fix it properly, or I will crush you with one slap."
Really? Lu Waimong muttered while holding the bamboo slice, focusing on fixing the clay figure. My work is not bad.
Van Han dropped her bamboo slice. She had made a Mao ball, but the fluffy fur was hard to show, so in the end, it looked like two oval balls, one big and one small stuck together.
Van Han, what are you making?
Nan Tan Nok could not recognize it.
It is a Mao ball. Van Han blushed.
So Fong could not hold back his laughter. It looks more like a big-waisted child.
Van Han snapped, "What, does it not look like a Mao ball?"
Here needs a change. The ears should be larger, the tail must show clear levels. So Fong held his laughter, teaching her how to fix it. After 5 minutes, he put down the bamboo slice. The Mao ball figure the size of a palm came alive.
Wow, now it looks just like a Mao ball.
Van Han happily held the clay figure, her face bright with joy.
So Fong, help me fix mine too. Lu Waimong pleaded. Cough, cough, I suggest you crush it and make it again.
So Fong coughed lightly. Lu Waimong's clay figure was hopeless.
Lu Waimong laughed, it cannot be that bad. It really is. So Fong chuckled. Fine, I will make it again. Lu Waimong cheerfully tossed the clay doll into the stream, letting it float away. Lu Wai Thursday asked curiously, So Fong, what are you making? A family portrait.
So Fong carefully sculpted the clay. He made a huge piece, 1/2 meter long, 20 centimeters wide. Inside was a family portrait with 11 people and all the pets.
This is me and my sister, right? Lu Waimong pointed at the two clay figures in the middle. This is me and my sister too.
Nan Nu Nok found herself and her sister.
This is So Fong and Van Han.
In the center stood So Fong and the girl. Beside them were the Lu sisters and the Nan sisters. Nan Nu Nok said excitedly, I know, this is Sister Tin Noyet and Sister Vai Din, and this is Sister Trao. Next to Lu Waimong were Te Vai Din, No Tin Noyet, and her assistant Sister Trao.
Who are these two?
Nan Tan Nok asked, pointing to two more, one with curly hair and one with straight hair.
Must be Sister Ong Dong and Sister Anna?
Van Han guessed, then looked at So Fong.
Correct, it is them. So Fong laughed, the family portrait included everyone. So Fong, your hands are too skillful. Nan Tan Nok admired. So Fong picked up a clay lump, smiled, actually it is not hard, just find the right ratio and have patience, you can do it too. Forget it, I am clumsy. Lu Wai Mong shook her head. Lu Wai Thursday looked at her own clay and lost confidence, she had made a husky. Sister, is that a husky? Lu Wai Mong asked. Yes, a husky. Lu Wai Thursday answered seriously. It is really alike, amazing. Lu Wai Mong praised. Lu Wai Thursday proudly said, of course, I am your sister. Come on, only born a few minutes earlier than me. Lu Wai Mong grumbled. Still your sister. Lu Wai Thursday raised her brow smugly. Fine, being older is nothing. Lu Wai Mong mumbled. Lu Wai Thursday suppressed her smile, not teasing her anymore. Tan Nok's sister made a wooden house? Van Han asked. So Fong reminded, the pillars are too thin, they may break during firing. Ah, then I will make them thicker. Nan Tan Nok called out. Looks really good, about 70% like me. No Tin Noyet smiled. Wild emotion flows. Vong Lam said calmly. If someone has depression I believe, but So Fong and the girls, no way. Ha Min shook his head laughing. I really admire that. Von Lam sighed, remembering his survival days, he almost went crazy, later needed therapy, over 2 months to recover. With So Fong here, they cannot go crazy. No Tin Noyet stroked her fingers. Makes me want to visit Huin Noyet Island once. Ha! Min laughed loudly. You? No Tin Noyet eyed him. Ha Min froze. The sky darkened, they finished the clay figures, placing them on the cement ground to dry, ready for firing tomorrow. Still, So Fong's is the best. Lu Wai Thursday sighed. His clay was fine and vivid, every detail alive, if not worried about exploding during firing, it would be even better. Your husky is not bad either. So Fong praised casually. Lu Wai Thursday kept quiet, better not say it was a brute. I made sister too, not bad. Lu Wai Mong laughed. Shut up. Lu Wai Thursday glared, that weird figure could not be her, especially the flat chest, she almost burst out laughing angrily. Humph, I will prepare dinner. Lu Wai Mong huffed and went upstairs. Chapter 1072, A Sudden Decision. Mark. So Fong awoke on the large bed, out of habit issuing a command in his mind. In a moment the familiar simulation screen lit up before his eyes, the gloomy number 23 was now shining. 7 days left. He muttered, 7 days remained until the 5-mark gift package, and 9 days until the competition ended. He gently shifted the girl lying across him to the side, then got off the bed, taking washing tools and a piece of salted meat from the wooden rack. Tia. Creak. He placed the salted meat on the dining basin, petted the shaggy dog under the loft, then went to wash his face. Creak creak. From above came the familiar cry, So Fong looked up, a shadow descended from the sky, it had clearly returned. Oh, still alive. He teased with a grin. It landed askew, tilting its head full of confusion. Creak creak. Where have you been lately? He crouched down smiling. Creak creak. It flapped wings and cried, the sound a bit funny. Mating? The corner of his mouth twitched, he instantly understood. The window opened, Van Han poked her head out. So Fong, is Ching back? Yes. He answered casually. Soon the girls gathered in the yard. He turned, all awake, could not sleep? No, it was so hard to see Ching even once. Lu Wai Mong said innocently. Ching, where have you been? Van Han hugged its neck, checking for injuries. Creak creak. It spread wings, tilting its head, letting her tease it. Lu Waimong stroked the tail feathers, surprised. Has it grown up? A whole size bigger. Nan Tan Nok replied gently. So Fong joked, it is grown, maybe its child has almost hatched. Ah? It already has children? The girls all looked at him. Who knows, I just guessed. He shrugged. Fine then. They again focused on Chang. Ching, in a short while we will leave, we will miss you. Van Han spoke softly. Lu Wai Thursday whispered, counting today, 9 days left. 9 days, time flies fast. Lu Wai Mong sighed. Was it not you who said time crawled? Lu Wai Thursday glanced at her sister. Lu Wai Mong turned her head away. Xing, soon you need not return either. Nan Nunok squatted by its side, stroking its white neck. Why does this sound like parting forever? Lu Wai Mong muttered. Creak creak. Ah ah. She jumped, why did it fly away? Birds also have strict wives? Lu Wai Thursday was amazed. It seems so. Van Han looked up, its figure vanished. Ah ha. Lu Wai Mong yawned, turned back, I will nap again. Lu Wai Thursday said crisply, still sleeping, the sun will soon roast your bottom. The wooden house blocks it. She waved, pushed the door and went to bed. Hopeless. Lu Wai Thursday curled her lips. Staying here there is truly nothing to do. So Fong looked at the girls, then said, we can go to the seaside, it will be more fun. Ah, did you not say wait at the cabin for the crew to fetch us? Van Han pursed lips, why did he change his mind? Do you not feel bored? He held her shoulders, his palm touching her cheek. She replied, a bit bored, just a little. Creak. The door burst open, Lu Wai Mong appeared again, excited, are we going to the beach? Did you not go to bed? Lu Wai Thursday raised an eyebrow. That is not important. She waved her hand, smiling slyly, are we going to the beach? Shall we go? He rested his chin on the girl's head. Nan Nunok asked gently, then what about the cabin? So Fong spoke calmly, we take all things needed, the rest leave, in 9 days at the beach the crew will come. Not return? Nan Tan Nok was shocked. Yes, not return. He nodded. What about Mao Ka and the dog? Van Han looked down, the dog was biting its tail circling. Bring Mao Ka and the dog, release the fawn, do not eat it. He thought, then added, take all hares, they are food for days ahead. Fine, only that way. They answered, turning upstairs to pack. I will prepare breakfast. Van Han went to the kitchen. Lu Wai Mong took a bamboo basket, standing before the rack, I will see what to bring. Lu Wai Thursday began packing, all. Salted meat, oil, and salt too, seaweed. And this too. Lu Wai Mong held a ceramic basin. No, the basket will not fit. Lu Wai Thursday stopped her. Chapter 1073, Central Marker. Still want to eat ice? Lu Wai Thursday glanced, then said. Saltpeter is too heavy, bringing it will be troublesome. Ah ah. Lu Wai Mong stretched the sound, in the hot summer without ice to eat, life lost meaning. Fine, then should we bring that chair? Lu Wai Mong dropped the ceramic roll, looking at the familiar chair. No, it is too big and inconvenient to carry. Lu Wai Thursday shook her head, wondering why her sister always clung to the chair. Lu Wai Mong put her hands on her hips, stomped her foot and asked. This cannot, that cannot, then what can we take? Pots and pans. Lu Wai Thursday spoke calmly. Clothes, washing items also must bring. All right. Lu Wai Mong dragged the tone, putting everything into the bamboo basket. Nan Nu Nok sighed. So the wooden frame, big bed, table, all not needed? Not needed. So Fong said. Fine. Nan Nu Nok patted the bed, then packed sleeping bags, tied with hemp rope.
Nantan Nok carried a sack heading to the cellar.
Is there bread left inside?
Yes, some. Van Han replied without turning.
Then I will fetch it. Nantan Nok went downstairs. So Fong, do you still need these herbs? Lu Wai Thursday moved ceramic jars full of herbs.
Yes, better to carry, in case.
So Fong answered. Got it. Lu Wai Thursday sighed, put herbs into sack. The jars were too heavy and bulky.
So Fong went to the garden, used a shovel to dig taro, Indian canna and herbs.
He washed them and placed into the bamboo basket.
So Fong looked around, sighed.
We are leaving, likely never to return.
He felt reluctant, but more excited to return to the city, with many ways to earn money. Hardship for a while is fine, but long-term he preferred comfort.
So Fong, help here.
Nantan Nok called from cellar.
Coming. So Fong answered quickly. Nantan Nok stood on ladder, handed half sack. Take it. Too dangerous, careful. So Fong squatted, lifted sack onto ground.
Nantan Nok climbed out, panting.
Heavier than expected. Breathe slowly, adjust. So Fong reminded, cellar air was thin, staying too long could cause fainting. Nantan Nok followed, body recovered.
So Fong advised.
Next time, ventilate before going down.
They returned to wooden house. Sisters had cleared shelves, only empty jars left.
Not many things, mostly food.
Lu Wai Thursday tied the sack of salted meat. No rush, eat breakfast first. Van Han said, carrying hot pot to table. Nantan Nok set bowls, everyone sat and ate.
After breakfast we leave? Van Han asked.
Yes, still early, no hurry.
Van Han looked out the window.
Half an hour later, breakfast finished, sisters took dishes downstairs to wash.
Mao Caw, come down.
Van Han carried the sleeping cat.
Meow. Sleep here, later bring you.
She placed Mao Caw into basket. Wild rabbits must also be caged. Lu Wai Mong took wooden cage, perfect for rabbits. She caught them, counted 8 including one of New Nok.
8 rabbits, 1 spared, 7 remain. Lu Wai Mong counted.
9 days left, 1 rabbit per day, 2 days remain for seafood and salted meat. In past 15 days, they ate rabbits every 1 or 2 days, reducing their number.
Footsteps sounded.
Van Han opened the gate, led young deer to yard. She untied rope, softly said. Little deer, from today you are free. The deer walked few steps, turned back.
Lu Wai Mong waved. Go, hope you live long, not eaten by beasts.
Haze. Lu Wai Thursday smiled helplessly. Be careful. Van Han patted deer, letting it run into forest.
Ta. The brute peeked, restless, wanting to chase. You want to go too? So Fong asked. Ta.
The brute stopped, wagged tail around him.
This gate is open, go if you wish. So Fong smiled. Ta.
The brute stayed, staring at him.
It remains loyal.
Nantan Nok squatted, patted its head.
Ta. Chapter 1074, The Offering at 20.
So Fong placed his hand on the latch, glanced at the wooden house, and stood quietly for a moment. Then he shut the door, dropping a wooden stick across it as a lock. Van Han and the others stood in the yard, baskets on their backs, each one prepared by So Fong.
Clomp clomp clomp.
He walked down the stairs, a warm spring smile returning to his face, carrying the basket and picking up the rabbit cage. He stood in the middle, looked around, took a deep breath and said, "Come on, to the shore." The girl walked last, her eyes red, glancing at the pool, cellar, garden, and wooden house, unwilling to part.
Let's go.
Van Han steadied herself, then stepped out of the yard.
Creak. The gate closed, tied tight with a rope. Just leaving like this, I will miss it.
Nan Nu Nok gazed at the wooden house, her eyes moist, remembering joyful days.
I will miss it too.
Nan Ton Nok held her sister's hand and softly said, "What matters is that we are still together."
Van Han squeezed So Fong's hand and asked, "So Fong, will you build me another home?" "Yes, I promise."
He spoke firmly, "When we return to the city, I will give you a better house." She shook her head, resolute, "As long as I am with you, anywhere is home, good or bad makes no difference." Her heart raced, eyes wide, lips parted, staring at him in a daze.
"What is it?" He frowned gently. "Do you not want to?" "I want to." She blurted out, cheeks flushed, eyes shimmering, heart overflowing with excitement. "Do not cry." He gave a wry smile. "I am not crying, the wind makes it hard to open my eyes." She smiled, making an excuse like in a drama. He laughed. "Want me to blow it for you?" "No need, I am fine now." She shook her head quickly, but inside her heart overflowed with joy. "Do not worry, I will do what I said." He squeezed her hand tightly, "A promise?" "Yes, I will wait for you." She nodded firmly. "What are you two whispering about, so secret?" Lu Waimong ran over curiously. Van Han teased, "He, not telling you." "Ha, do not mess around, we cannot even walk like this." She laughed, the sadness of leaving faded. "Then tell me?" Lu Waimong tugged another girl's hand. "Nothing secret, So Fong said he will massage me tonight." Van Han lied, claiming benefit. "Yes, right." So Fong nodded. Lu Waimong doubted, "Just that?" "Then I want it too, everyone wants it." She pouted at him. "Fine, everyone gets it." He laughed openly. "And," she added,
books.
"the full set, okay?" He was confused. What did full set mean? "Be serious," helped So Fong a little. Lu Wai Thursday scolded. "Understood." Lu Waimong released the girl and went to help lift the cage. "It is fine, my hands are free anyway." She sighed. Nan Nu Nok murmured, "I wonder how Vi Din is now." Van Han stroked the back of his hand, "Do not think too much, we will know after the contest." He smiled, "I am not worried, Vi Din has the strength." That is called every teacher has a fine student. Lu Waimong misspoke. "You should read more, especially literature." Lu Wai Thursday scolded. Lu Waimong shook her head, pouting, "I dislike reading, I like earning money in archery." Her sister pressed lips, "I fear you will not earn, but end in debt." "No, I follow So Fong, he will not let me lose, right?" She insisted, turning to him. "I will try." He smiled helplessly. "See, he promised." She beamed. Her sister glared. "Enough, do not worry, when back in the city you study, research creatures, I will earn with So Fong to support you." She spoke brightly. Lu Wai Thursday stepped closer, whispered, "Do not trouble him." "Got it." She feigned understanding. So Fong and Van Han exchanged a smile. Everyone chattered, resting twice along the way, and by sunset reached the shore safely. So messy. Lu Waimong dropped the basket, the beach covered with leaves and dried seaweed. So much seaweed. Nan Nu Nok picked some, already brittle, lying over 10 meters from the water. He guessed, it must be from the last storm, waves threw it up. After the storm the sea calmed, the seaweed remained dried by wind and sun. The raft is still there. Lu Waimong shouted happily. In their sight, the raft was still on the sand, pinned by rocks, intact. But the temporary shelter was destroyed, palm leaves washed away, only logs stuck upright remained. "We need to rebuild the shelter." So Fong drew his hatchet, ready to cut trees, since without shade they would burn on the sand. Chapter 1075, Selective Forgetting. Van Han and the Nan sisters cleaned up fallen leaves and trash on the sandy shore, because to survive another 9 days here, cleanliness and comfort were crucial.
Lu Wai Thursday gathered dry grass and filled a clay jar with fresh water. Everyone worked clearly divided tasks. Time passed, the sun was blocked by the mountains, the sky dimmed under a thin veil, soon night would come.
So Fong and Lu Wai Mong returned carrying logs and palm leaves.
They tore down the shaky old shelter, dug holes, buried new poles, and built a temporary hut.
Finally cleaned up.
Nan Nu Nok piled fallen leaves into a small mound to use for fire. So Fong gently said, "Come help, split the palm leaves in half."
Coming. Nan Nu Nok happily joined.
"Before it gets fully dark, I will pick some
seaweed," Van Han said and walked to the reef. "Be careful," So Fong reminded. Van Han waved, "Got it."
When it turned dark, the hut was finished. The girl put ingredients into the pot to prepare dinner.
Hoo hoo hoo.
The sea breeze blew cold, dispersing the heat of the day.
So cool.
Lu Wai Mong tugged her cloth shirt to dry sweat.
No problem, my body is strong. Lu Wai Mong replied. Cry? Impossible, never in this life. She nodded proudly, believing herself tough. Bring everything inside. So Fong called. Okay. Lu Wai Mong stood up cheerfully, carried baskets and sacks into the shelter.
The sea wind kept blowing. After half an hour, dinner was ready.
Time to eat,
Van Han called, placing the iron pot and clay jar on the sand. Lu Wai Thursday spread grass and cloth beside the fire, sat down without sand sticking.
Nan Nu Nok ladled soup for everyone. This seafood soup is never boring. Lu Wai Mong sipped and ate an oyster. Yes, thanks to Van Han's cooking. Nan Nu Nok said. So Fong, will you fish tomorrow? Lu Wai Mong asked. Better to take a round, maybe find something good. She added. Yes, not too far, back before dark.
So Fong smiled, knowing she thought of sightseeing, but the raft was unsafe.
Fine.
Lu Wai Mong pouted, giving up her idea. When rich, buy a yacht, then we can travel.
So Fong laughed. Haha, remember to take me.
Lu Wai Mong's eyes lit up, not doubting his words.
Too much burden.
So Fong shook his head, even with millions he would not buy, it was business capital.
No hurry, wait until you are billionaire. Lu Wai Mong smiled.
Billionaire sounds like a challenge. So Fong smirked, as if only time.
I believe you can.
Lu Wai Mong set her bowl down, raised her fist.
Thanks for the blessing. So Fong laughed. Eh ha.
She yawned, sat up, tilted her head at So Fong.
So Fong opened his eyes and softly asked, Like it? Like it. Van Han blushed, admitted. Then kiss.
So Fong pulled her close before she could reply.
Nearby, Lu Wai Thursday's eyelids trembled, she forced herself to keep eyes shut. Aha!
Lu Wai Mong yawned, making them separate quickly.
Good morning.
Van Han blushed, hurried out. Lu Wai Mong clicked her tongue, asked, Why is Van Han's face red?
Sick? Maybe too hot.
So Fong spread his arms, stepped out.
Lu Wai Mong squinted, asked, Sister, why red too? I was holding back too long. Lu Wai Thursday glared and left into the forest. Ah, wait. Lu Wai Mong chased after.
From the forest came Lu Wai Thursday's voice,
NK
Don't
Books.
Come, go somewhere else. No, sisters should not be distant.
Lu Wai Mong pouted, a bit shameless. Do you have bad thoughts? No. Lu Wai Mong giggled.
Minutes later the sisters came out, elder calm, younger annoyed.
Morning.
The Nan sisters carried washing to the stream.
Morning. Lu Wai Mong answered, then ran toward the sea.
Waves splashed on So Fong's feet, he was fixing the raft, ropes soaked rotten needing tying.
Need help? Lu Wai Mong rolled up pants.
Wash first, then bring rope to me.
So Fong said.
Okay. Lu Waimong puffed cheeks, wrinkled her nose at not brushing teeth, then turned back.
Chapter 1076, New Discovery. After finishing breakfast, So Fong's group completed the raft, gathering supplies to head to sea. So Fong, which way shall we go?
Van Han climbed onto the raft, shaking her little wet feet.
So Fong thought for a moment and said, to the north. Isn't the north where the seals are? Van Han asked innocently. No problem, we will not land.
Once everyone was aboard, So Fong untied the rope from the reef, letting the raft drift out.
He grabbed the paddle and called, control the direction, do not leave the shallow waters.
The so-called shallow waters were still 4 or 5 meters deep, enough to endanger anyone who fell without knowing how to swim.
Let's go.
Lu Waimong excitedly rowed, working with So Fong to steer.
The sea breeze today was gentle, making rowing much easier. The wind is light, but the sun is fierce.
Van Han adjusted her wide hat, hiding her face in the shade.
Lu Wai Thursday pulled down her jacket sleeves, even a short trip will tan our skin. Later we can use coconuts for sunscreen. So Fong chuckled, also wearing a wide hat. Lu Waimong paused, tilting her head, should we land near the seals?
No, we will circle to the sandy shore.
From the raft, So Fong saw seals hunting, surfacing to breathe. Van Han worried, will they attack us suddenly? Do not fear, I am here. So Fong reassured her. All right then. Van Han smiled with relief.
He rowed forward, the raft gliding, and soon reached seal waters.
Splash!
A plump seal rose and stared.
Tea.
The rough one bared teeth, fur bristling, while Mao Ka yawned and slept.
Splash! The seal dove and vanished. Calm down. So Fong soothed the rough one, uneasy with the rocking raft. Tea.
The rough one obediently lay down, head resting on Mao Ka.
Seems seals do not attack humans.
Van Han sighed, helping paddle. They rounded a hill, a vast coconut grove appeared, seals scattered on the beach.
Keep moving. So Fong ordered, steering north past the sandy beach. Toward Victory's shore.
Lu Waimong sang, handing the paddle to her sister. The raft sailed on, leaving the seals behind, who only peeked occasionally.
Goodbye. Lu Waimong waved. Nantan Nok asked curiously, Waimong, are you not hot?
Lu Waimong fanned herself, glaring at the drone, hot, if not for it, I would strip.
Ahem, we would not mind, go ahead. Handkerchiefs ready, start the show. What nonsense are you thinking? Ha, men. So lively, I thought you were not hot. Nantan Nok sighed. He, hot but not annoyed.
Lu Waimong laughed brightly.
So Fong laughed, good mood, keep it. All right.
She playfully stuck out her tongue.
The sun is still mild.
Lu Wai Thursday said softly, morning was gentle, noon harsher.
There is a coconut grove ahead, land there. So Fong pointed.
Van Han giggled, do not compare eyesight with him. So Fong sighed, their eyes sharper now yet still below his.
Land! He commanded, paddling the raft to shore. It bumped the sand, he leapt down, held the rope.
The girls hurried ashore, carrying the pets.
Heave!
Together they pushed the raft up.
Much cooler here. Lu Waimong ran under coconut shade. Do not wander, I will climb for coconuts. So Fong warned, climbing swiftly. Be careful. Van Han called. All right. He answered.
Lu Waimong glanced around, deciding not to explore, fearing to get lost.
Step back, coconuts falling.
His voice rang from above. They quickly moved, heavy coconuts thudded down, huge like heads. So Fong climbed down, split them with his hatchet, juice spilling.
Drip drip. Van Han eagerly drank, juice wetting her collar. Here. So Fong split the rest, giving each one. Taste the coconut meat. He cut with his knife, scooping the sweet white flesh. Chapter 1077, Coconut Water Tree. Van Han picked up a piece of coconut flesh and put it in her mouth, the sweet fragrance spreading with a refreshing taste that pleased her. So crispy. Lu Waimong also bit into the coconut flesh as a snack. Let me make sunscreen. So Fong used the military knife to scrape the remaining flesh. Sunscreen? Nantan Nok tilted her head, face full of doubt. Hee, coconut flesh can be used as sunscreen, but only coconut oil has real effect. Lu Waimong explained, repeating what So Fong once said. So it is. The Nan sisters finally understood, eyes full of expectation. Tack, tack, tack. The knife scraped the flesh into pulp, So Fong pressed it hard, and faint oil seeped into the husk. He handed the husk to the girl and whispered, "Here, rub it on your bare skin." "All right." Van Han obediently took the oil and rubbed it on her arms and neck. So Fong took another coconut, skillfully pressed oil, preparing enough for 6 people. Everyone rubbed oil, finishing after half an hour. Let's go forward and see. He threw the husk away, carried another coconut with water inside for the journey. Tia tia. The badger hummed ahead, checking back often to ensure So Fong followed. The badger looks more like a dog. Van Han hugged Mao Caw inside. Could it be a close relative of dogs? Lu Waimong wondered. No, they belong to different families. So Fong shook his head, explaining. All right then. She shrugged and caught up. Around them were only coconut trees, nothing new, only 2 coconut crabs that Lu Waimong quickly caught and put into the bamboo basket. Hua la la. Here is also a small stream. She shouted, calling the group. This is a river, flowing from the island. Van Han answered innocently, the river was over 2 meters wide, clear but without visible source. There are fish. Lu Wai Thursday spotted some familiar sardines. Let's go upstream. So Fong restrained his urge to catch fish, urging them on. All right. They all answered and followed. After more than 10 minutes, Lu Waimong pointed and asked, So Fong, is that an iron tree? On the bank grew strange plants resembling iron trees, bearing fruits shaped like meteor hammers. No, iron trees do not grow here, nor do they bear such fruits. Lu Wai Thursday shook her head. Correct, that is the coconut water tree. So Fong explained. Coconut water tree? They were surprised. This plant grew up to 7 meters tall, in clusters, flowers containing 15% sugar, and edible fruits. Because it grew near water, its fruits were called coconut water tree. Is it related to sea coconuts? She asked. So the fruits can be eaten too? Her eyes shone. Of course, very similar to sea coconuts. He put down the basket, bit the axe and jumped into the river. The water reached his neck, then only his waist near the trees. Crack! He cut quickly, dropping a fruit. Step aside, do not get hit. Okay. They moved away. He threw the fruit ashore, then cut 7 or 8 more. Enough, come up. Van Han called. 2 more. He answered, then returned, washing his feet clean. Eat the flesh. He washed the knife, split one open, revealing faint white pulp. Only this small piece? Lu Waimong exclaimed. The fruit was as big as a pineapple, but the flesh only like an egg. So small, 2 fruits gone quickly. Van Han swallowed. Taste it, if good we pick more. He scooped flesh and fed the girls. Coconut water fruit could be eaten raw, or made into sugar, wine, vinegar. Sweet, like sea coconut, even sweeter. Van Han said. Let me try. Lu Waimong's eyes lit. Really good. She smiled satisfied. Crack. He split more, sharing with all. Nan Nu Nok looked, hazy, looks like Longden. Tastes good too.
Nan Ton Nok said softly.
So Fong, open your mouth.
Van Han fed him.
He bit, crisp and sweet, indeed like sea coconut. Do you want more? He asked with a smile. Chapter 1078, Star Apple. It is just eating fruit, not harming the tree.
Suo Fong said gently. Besides, this is Huin Noyet Island. As long as no one is killed, everything is fine.
I will not eat.
Van Han shook her head firmly.
Lu Waimong covered her mouth and added. Well, just tasting it is fine, honestly it is not that delicious.
Suo Fong chuckled softly and patted the girl's head.
All right, let us move forward. If we see nothing unusual, we will return to the beach.
Okay. The girls responded together, then walked upstream. It was midday. They walked along the small river under the trees, still hot but at least avoiding the harsh sunlight.
How long have we walked? Lu Waimong asked.
Suo Fong replied casually.
Half an hour.
He looked at the trees. This place had more resources than the other side. Along the path there were wild greens, herbs, perilla, cassava roots, and starch plants.
Suo Fong remarked. This place is good. Why are no contestants assigned here?
Lu Waimong stopped, watching fish in the stream.
It is really good, and you can fish. There must have been some, maybe eliminated. Van Han answered. Su Fong sighed.
What a pity. If we found this place earlier, life would be easier.
What do you mean? Lu Wai Thursday asked.
This place has abundant resources, wild greens everywhere, animals nearby, starch and herbs plenty. The path is easy, and not far from the sea.
He explained.
Lu Wai Thursday said gently.
It does sound nice.
I wonder who was lucky enough to be placed here.
Lu Waimong said curiously. Not everyone is like Suo Fong, an encyclopedia.
Nan Ton Nok said softly.
True, maybe they do not even know what perilla or oilbean is. Lu Waimong said. In the live broadcast, viewers commented quickly.
I admit, before watching, I did not know oilbean. Mother will not worry I wasted my studies.
Such a great mother.
I wish you 6 sons, 6 fathers, 6 nations, 6 colors. True, if not meeting Suo Fong, I would not know oilbean can be pressed for oil. Lu Wai Thursday sighed. Though she studied biology, she knew less than him.
I just happened to remember. Suo Fong lied easily. Shall we go further? Nan Nu Nok asked. Suo Fong looked at the sky.
Books.
There is still time, let us continue. On the other bank, he found a new fruit, rare to see. What fruit is that? Lu Wai Thursday blushed, it was unknown to her. Star apple, also called milk fruit. Suo Fong explained.
It was a tall tree, up to 20 meters, if cultivated then 5 to 6 meters.
Star apple, also called golden apple, or milk fruit, but unrelated to apple.
It was tropical, not picky about soil, only needed sunlight. Fruit was the same. Though tropical, it could grow in subtropics. Even if temperature reached 0, it survived.
So it has nothing to do with apple?
Nan Ton Nok asked.
Is it tasty?
Lu Waimong bit her lip, caring only if it was edible.
I have never tried, but magazines said it tastes good. He said. Is it sweet? Van Han asked. Yes, magazines said it is sweet. Suo Fong nodded. Want to try? It is on the other side. Will you go into the water again? Van Han tugged his sleeve, barely dry. No need, I will carry you. He bent down. Van Han realized. You want to jump across?
Smart, trust me. Suo Fong smiled, the river 2 meters wide, he carried her across easily.
I am a little scared. Van Han whispered. I will carry you, you are lighter. She bit her lip and hugged him. I am not that heavy. Lu Waimong laughed, patting her sister. Lu Wai Thursday glanced at her. You know your weight yourself. Hold tight. Without waiting, Sua Fong carried her across. Ah! The girl screamed, opening eyes to find herself safe, meeting his amused gaze. We crossed? Van Han's heart raced. Yes, safe. He patted her back and looked at the tree. Sua Fong, what now? Lu Wai Mong called. Jump across? He asked. We cannot, we will fall. She said with a wry smile. Lu Wai Thursday stayed silent. Sua Fong thought. Wait a moment. Okay. She waited, watching him draw an axe and walk into the forest. What is Sua Fong planning? She asked stiffly. Chapter 1079, Boyfriend Power. Does So Fong want to build a bridge? Nan Nu Nok gently asked. Of course. Nan Tan Not pursed her lips, feeling a bit disappointed. Ah. Lu Waimong dragged her voice and grimaced. Bang bang. The tree chosen by So Fong shook, then cracked loudly and fell. He calmly removed the branches, kept the straight trunk, then did another one the same way. 2 trunks were fixed side by side, placed across the stream. He stepped back and forth twice to test stability. Go, keep your balance. So Fong put down the axe and clapped his hands. Okay. Lu Waimong weakly replied, stepping onto the log bridge. They had trained balance before, so crossing was easy. One fell down. Van Han picked up a half-eaten star apple and threw it away. So Fong warned, I will climb up, do not run around. Be careful, do not climb too high. Van Han softly reminded. Got it. So Fong smiled with confidence, then climbed up. Lu Waimong took off her hat, rolled sleeves, and tried to climb. I will help too. Stay put. Lu Wai Thursday pulled her back. No, I climb well. Lu Waimong shouted. No. Lu Wai Thursday insisted, as the tree was not thick, safe for So Fong, not for her sister. Sister Mong, let So Fong pick some first, if tasty then more. Van Han said gently. Lu Waimong pouted and nodded, fine. So Fong quickly climbed, picked some fruit, and signaled, bring the hat to catch. Okay, throw down. Lu Waimong placed the hat below. Thud. The star apple fell right in. Lu Waimong cheered, caught it. The fruit had purple-gray skin, thick, inside 8 seeds. Wash and taste. So Fong sat down. He grabbed one, wiped on his shirt, peeled, and bit deeply. Sweet, not poisonous. He muttered. Star apple can be eaten raw, just peel skin. Lu Waimong washed and shared one each. So Fong, how to eat? Lu Wai Thursday asked. Peel, eat flesh. So Fong answered. Lu Waimong wondered, only inside? Then why wash? Ahem, ignore details. So Fong coughed awkwardly. Lu Waimong admired it, pretty fruit. Looks like bamboo with milk. Lu Wai Thursday said, seeing white juice drip. Tastes nice, like Longan, faint milk. Van Han brightened. Thus called milk fruit. So Fong explained, like fig, high nutrition. It was good for weak people. Delicious, sweet. Nan Nu Nok ate quickly. So Fong tossed peel away, asked, more? Yes, pick more. Lu Waimong quickly said. Okay, bring sack, catch them. So Fong stood, picked more. Okay. They took sacks. He picked, they caught, sacks filled soon. Enough, stop picking. Van Han called, baskets full too. Good, enough for us. So Fong climbed down. He carried basket, held sack, go, return home. Yes, go.
Lu Waimong led happily. They followed, crossed the log bridge, cleared vines and grass. The six walked along stream to sea. Soon raft appeared. So Fong set things down, called, "Brute, come, prepare to go." NK books. Maybe it fears the sea. Van Han recalled it trembling on raft. Not going? Then return yourself. So Fong pushed the raft into water. Splash. The raft floated, girls waved and climbed up. With boyfriend power, So Fong helped, 5 girls climbed easily. He followed, then a black shadow jumped, the brute too. We are back. Lu Waimong Road. Wrong way. Ah, really? Chapter 1080, New Life. Come, we have found the temporary shelter. Lu Waimong stood on the raft and called out. This time the raft was hardest for the brute. It looked seasick, head drooping and spirit exhausted. So Fong, is the brute seasick? Van Han poked its head, but it was still listless. Crew cut brothers seasick? Lu Waimong was surprised. He was fearless before. You say he is fearless? Lu Wai Thursday glared at her sister. So Fong shook the brute's head and concluded, the weather is too hot, plus the raft shakes, seasickness is normal. What do we do now? Nan Tan Nok asked. So Fong stood and said, go ashore first. The raft drifted to the beach. He jumped down and guided it to land. All right. The girls hurried to the shallow shore, carrying the brute and Mao Ka. Rowing is easy, dragging the raft is hardest. Lu Waimong rubbed her wrist and sat on the sand. You worked hard. So Fong gently comforted. It is fine, let me rest a bit. Lu Waimong waved and lay down, breathing long. Van Han called, So Fong, check the brute, he cannot even get up. No problem, let him rest one night. So Fong checked and found only light seasickness. Then let him sleep. Van Han was relieved, putting him near the shelter. No herb suits, seasickness needs Western medicine. So Fong explained while rubbing its head. Van Han asked, what for dinner? I want grilled oysters. Lu Waimong raised her hand. Good, I will dig. Van Han took a knife and walked to the reef. Lu Waimong quickly stood up, wait for me. Tan Nok, let us collect some wood. Lu Wai Thursday called. All right. Nan Tan Nok took rope and followed into the woods. Do not go far. So Fong reminded. The 2 girls answered, all right. Come, we dig clams. So Fong rubbed Nan Nunok's short hair, whispering, your hair is longer. Yes, I want a cut. She answered, walking with him. So Fong asked, it is only a few days, why not wait until back in city? Nan Nunok said seriously, because we will leave, I want a cut, same as when we came. So Fong. She called. HM? What is it? He replied. It is, will you cut my hair at night? He was startled, my skill is poor, you sure? Yes, I am sure, it is fine. She answered firmly. He placed his hand on her head, asked softly, why do you want me to cut? Then laughed, all right, but if I ruin it, do not blame me. I will not. She smiled bright. Good, let us dig clams, soon it will be dark. He said cheerfully. Yes. She nodded, rolling sleeves, digging holes in the sand. Many clams hid under the ground, each hole had one. Twilight fell, the sun gone, surroundings dim. Nan Tan Nok and Lu Wai Thursday returned with wood, firelit. Time to work. So Fong brought a clay pot of clean clams, removing sand. The girls and Lu Waimong returned with 6 oysters, enough for all. We cannot eat oysters every day, it is too much. So Fong joked. Why? Nan Nunok asked innocently. In the side chat, viewers teased, is So Fong still a man? Eating so many oysters yet no move?
Ha, he is a gentleman, not like you salted eggs.
We men are salted eggs, you women are milk buns.
I go relieve myself.
So Fong escaped, leaving the girls staring.
Do you know why? Nan Nu Nok pressed.
Lu Waimong said, too many oysters cause heat, for men it is tonic.
Tonic? Tonic for what? She asked wide-eyed. Children should not ask much.
Nan Ton Nok coughed, tapping her forehead.
But I am curious.
She muttered, then kept quiet. The girls blushed, glancing at So Fong lost in thought in the woods.
Really cannot endure? Van Han whispered. Lu Waimong teased, Van Han, what are you thinking? No, nothing.
Van Han blushed more, quickly changed topic. I was thinking how to grill
NK
oysters
Books.
tastier.